Hello, my name is Lynette Richardson, and I am the Executive Director for Bristol Hospice of Stockton. We are delighted to partner with the Stockton Public Library in presenting Getting Through the Holidays and Beyond. Holidays alone can bring about many emotions. Getting through it after the passing of a loved one can cause an additional layer of loneliness and anxiety. Adding isolation due to COVID only intensifies these feelings, which can lead to depression and other thoughts and emotions. There is no better time than the present to share with our families and the community ways to provide comfort and resources. Bristol's team of experienced professionals will be sharing helpful tips on how to get through the holidays and beyond. Our goal is to provide tools and resources that will empower you to feel the need to grieve, rejoice, and ask for help if needed. Our bereavement services are free to the community, and your family member did not need to be a part of our services for us to provide this service to you. Thank you and enjoy the presentation.
Hello, my name is Brennan, chaplain here with Bristol Hospice.
And my name is Hilde, and I'm also a chaplain for Bristol Hospice. And we're here to share a little bit about grief support over the holidays and things that you can do to manage your grief symptoms. So during the holiday season, it seems that the grief comes up stronger and people are missed more because we normally have family gatherings and we all come together, and all of a sudden our loved one is gone and there's an empty place and space in our homes and in our hearts. And so some of the ways that we can deal with that is if we're having a family gathering, which might be difficult now during COVID, but normally during a family gathering, we could create a space for our loved one by having an empty chair at the table where they've always sat. You could hang a sweater on that chair. You can make sure that that person's favorite beverage is sitting on the table so that they're a part of that celebration of Christmas and Thanksgiving.
I've also heard stories of people buying an evergreen tree, decorating it, and then after the holidays planting it. You know, you can get a plant something in your yard or something to also bring back those memories during the holidays, starting new traditions.
Mm-hmm. Some of the other things that we can do, I'm going to outline for you, but before I do that, I want you to know that we understand that the grief is deep and there is a lot of sorrow. And so what I would recommend is that you cry when you need to cry, you laugh when you need to laugh, you remember the good things that that person brought to you, because those are their gifts. And if we can take the time to celebrate the gifts that people bring to us in their lifetime, whether it's, for example, like my dad, who is now gone, brought to me a work ethic. He was steady. He was always steady and always got the job done. And so I have taken that on as something I need to do to honor his life here on earth.
And along with, I mean, that's really a selfless act, like what you're talking about. And giving of yourself could also restore some of those memories. You know, people are, you can maybe thinking during the holidays, for instance, if you want to normally buy a gift for your lost loved one, maybe take that money and give it to donate it, or buy someone else, support another family going through the holidays. Just taking that gift, like Hilde was talking about, and blessing somebody else with it can also go a long way.
And also, we can do things like we can write a letter to our loved one and just share our feelings as a way of providing more closure and a place to express that even though you can't give that letter to your loved one, you certainly can write it, and then you can either keep the letter, or you can do a ritual where you burn the letter and you know that all of those words and all of those feelings have gone to touch your loved one where they are.
Yeah, or light a candle. People light candles. You can get a big candle and light it every day in remembrance of your loved one. There's different ways to just keep them there present with you during this tough time.
And nobody can take away your pain. Unfortunately, I wish that we all could have some magic cure that reaches out and just pulls it away. But unfortunately, or fortunately, you have to go through it, no way around it. So you do your best with whatever comes up for you, and you focus on that and allow it to be as you move through the grief process, which, as you already know, is a roller coaster ride. It goes up and it goes down. Some days are bad, some days are good. And it's the same over the holidays, and you can express yourself in many ways and get through the holidays with ease and with grace.
Yeah. And confide in somebody if you can. Find somebody that is just there to listen, whether it's clergy, a family member, someone that will just let it out, like Hilde was talking about earlier, cry it out. It's okay to feel good too. Those are all appropriate feelings as you're going through this, but find someone to confide in, to just be able to release what's going on inside.
And you can also call myself or Brennan here at Bristol Hospice, and we would be more than happy to provide a visit to you or a telephone appointment to help you walk through a time of grief and sorrow and sadness, and hopefully we'll be able to lift your spirits.
Yeah, you can reach us at the phone number here is 209-670-8000.
So I'm Eric, I'm one of the social workers at Bristol Hospice, and today we just want to talk to you about different ways to take care of yourself. So it's really important to exercise during this time during the holidays. Exercising reduces your stress. Other things that are important to do are to eat healthy, reduce your alcohol intake, and get enough sleep, which can rejuvenate your body.
I'm Kim, and I'm one of the social workers here at Bristol Hospice. And so, because of COVID and everything that's going on right now, families aren't able to gather in a traditional way. And so, some things that you can do is you can have a virtual holiday gathering, where you can create a Zoom meeting and have all your family members log in. It's free. You can have them log in to Zoom, and you can do little activities like you can create a virtual scavenger hunt where you're looking for items such as ornaments, or you have a list of things that you want people to find, and just have them do that. Just some fun activities. Also, you can create crafts, create wreaths, do things of that nature, create wreaths and those kinds of things, just to be present and just to also help you to get over your grief, to get through your grief, not over it, but through your grief, because as we know, you don't get over it, you have to get through it. So this kind of helps you to get through your grief and to just also make the holidays festive and to just be present in the here and the now, and not worry about all the things that are going on, but to basically be there for your family, do family things together, and to just be present.
Hi, my name's Courtney, and I'm another one of the social workers with Bristol Hospice. And of course, this is a difficult time, whether you've had loss or maybe your family members declining and having to deal with COVID, so you're not being able to form together as much. It affects adults, but it also affects children as well. So talking with your children about how you're feeling. It's hard for us as adults to express how we're feeling inside. It can be harder on children, but also children, they look out for their loved ones and kind of don't want to see their parents or their family members hurt, so they may not express as much of how they feel. So it can be talking with your children about maybe how you're feeling if your stomach's upset, if you're angry or you're feeling sad. So it can give a word of what your children may be feeling inside. To honor loved ones, you can make an ornament with them. You can do maybe a memory box. You can, they could draw on it or put pictures. And on inside, maybe they can write a letter to put in there, or little things that may remind them of their loved ones to put inside. That can also be for adults as well. You guys could do that together. So just, different things, and bring them into, because loss isn't just with children. I think a lot of times we're brought up, you have to be strong, don't talk with the children about stuff. So, but it's important too, so they know how to respond and cope with things, because it can be difficult. If you're having difficulty coping or finding mechanisms that help, whether it be journaling or talking with friends, sharing memories, laughing, crying, sometimes changes can develop and we have a hard time getting through with our life. If that starts to happen, it's important to contact your primary care doctor.
So the best advice that I can bring to you is just to follow your heart, and to know that we're wishing you a very thankful Thanksgiving and a very Merry Christmas to you from myself and from Brennan and from the staff at Bristol Hospice.